What if you scribbled an idea on a napkin and it became a limitless scale tech company poised for exit? What if you had a vision of eliminating an inefficiency in your community, industry, or the world, and you had a chance to co-found a company and bring this product or service to the market? What if we could positively impact every social issue with tech? 10x Tech Tank is the #1 daily show for everything tech entrepreneurship. And whether you are technical or not, you will learn, be inspired, and witness transformation in the making. People will share tech ideas on napkins. People will showcase minimum viable tech products. People will explain their cash-flowing tech companies looking for acceleration. And if the person is right, and their idea is right, and the market is right, and the business model is right, then there's a great chance you will witness some serious magic. We are on a mission to build, scale, and sell 10,000 tech companies in 10 years. And we invite you to make history with us. Together, we achieve more. What if you knew about Instagram or Slack or Clubhouse when the company was raising a friends and family round at $10,000 per person? What if you were able to see all the tech companies that Grant Cardone and Jared Yellin have co-founded in one place and invest in any that excite you? What if you were able to expand your portfolio into early stage tech companies with extraordinary founders and teams? 10x Tech Angels is the most unique investment club that you will ever find, because not only will you see some of the most innovative tech companies at the lowest valuations ever, but you will also be educated on how to pick tech winners, meet other members of our community, and experience the excitement associated with taking an early idea to exit. Become one of the founding members of 10x Tech Angels for an exclusive offer with some extraordinary bonuses. To learn more, visit 10xtechangels.com.
We are back with another entrepreneur in the tank. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, everyone. My name is Eric Arias. I am from Guatemala, the everlasting spring country.
Awesome.
I also am a certified coach, trainer, and speaker of the Young Maxwell team. And I am here because I am sure that every one of us, we can change really the world if we have the commitment to do that. I have seen the pain or the problem.
Go for it. Share your tech idea. You have 5 minutes. Take it away. We're excited to hear we're going to change the world. Go for it.
Okay. I have seen the pain almost everywhere. There is a lot of people who is unhappy with their actual jobs, unhappy with their actual income. And also there is a micro companies and a lot of entrepreneurs struggling to get better results. That's the pain or the problem. There is a lot of people unhappy. And my proposed solution idea is to create a hub of knowledge. Because one of my mentors said, when we have better knowledge, we have better awareness. And with better awareness, we can make better choices. And with better choices, we can get better results. Then, if by means of one web page and a mobile application, we put access to all that people, the proper knowledge, the content from top references in the world, who have the proper knowledge and which actually have the results in finances and leadership, personal growth, sales, marketing, and that people can access to that information and put it to work and can get better results. That's the main idea to come solve that problem.
Where's the content come from? Where's the information going to come from?
It comes because I am an entrepreneur and I have been struggling to get better results. And I have been in touch with a lot of people who can teach me the knowledge. And I have
where does the information come from? Like the hub of knowledge.
The information comes from, we can touch the top references in the world, which can give us the knowledge, because actually everyone is teaching in their own. For example, Grant Cardone, that man has all the university and has the information to only one sector. For example, my mentor, John Maxwell, he is in leadership, but every one of them are working alone. If we can make a hub and get that information all in one hub together, I know and I'm sure that all those mentors, all those bestseller actors,
let me ask you a question.
Authors.
What's in it for Grant Cardone? Like, so why would Grant Cardone want to take his knowledge and put it in your hub? Like, what are you able to provide?
Because I am sure that he really wants to create a massive positive impact in the world. That's the reason. But actually, it is not accessible to a lot of people here in my country. The people is not in the aware to can pay high rates. But for example, Netflix, almost every people in my country pays Netflix. and Netflix give a massive, really a massive content, and the people is happy to pay
So
that.
This knowledge hub just for Guatemala market, is that who this is for, or this is
No. This is work for everyone, for all the world.
So Mike, let's use an example. You've produced a lot of knowledge-based content. Would you be motivated to put your content into this hub where Grant Cardone is and John Maxwell is and Robin Sharma is? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm going to answer the question, but I'm going to pose something else. What you're talking about already exists. It's called YouTube. All right. If you're good at Google, you can find an answer to just about anything. Now, whether or not it's good content is another thing. But I need to hear a use case. Convince me of a single thing. There's an old saying, which is everyone's friend is no one's friend. You're a lot better off focusing on one really specific target area, because I'm going to tell you right now, there's a product, for example, called Masterclass. A whole bunch of experts come on. It's a subscription service, $100 a year, something like that. And they bring on some of the brightest people in the world to solve and train. But right now, what you're pitching me, it's so general. It's like trying to tell me paper's good, or a dictionary or an encyclopedia. I don't hear anything compelling or unique, or for that matter, easy to roll out. So give me a use case. Tell me a story about someone who would use it, whose life would be changed by solving a problem that you can uniquely solve. Versus, like I say, if I look it up on Google and YouTube, I got an answer. I'm just
of course, but the people actually have to pay for everyone. For example, I need to grow in leadership. Okay, I got one license and I become partner with John Maxwell. That's my solution. That was my solution. But now I have resources, but I don't know how to sell that. I don't know how to put into the marketplace. And there is a lot of people that have to buy different programs in different places. Then if I have a guide, because also this one should have a guide. Hey, what do you want to get better? Then guide the people through the process. But everything you need to become really successful is here. You don't have to go to other place to buy to other one man, to other one business. You are here and you now have the possibility.
I'm going to answer your other question. Okay, I've seen this model forever. Okay, I've been doing stuff like this for 20 years. You go to me, you go to Grant, you go to another expert and say, hey, we're going to consolidate all this in one place to serve the people. So I want you to sell your stuff to me and maybe give you a revenue share, so you'll make 1/100th of what you normally make. Their business is going to go upside down. It'd be a horrible business decision. It doesn't matter how much they want to help people. If you're not in business, you can't help anyone. And if you serve the broken, you'll wind up broken too. And it's not that these folks don't want to help people. It's just like the economic model breaks. What they're better off doing is contributing some money as a nonprofit and saying, deliver it. But again, you got a model that flat out won't work for a creator, an economic model. You can't go to John Maxwell and say, give me all your stuff for free, or give it to me for a 100 times discount over your normal. His whole business would fall apart. And I don't know why you would be the guy that I would go to trust with this in the first place. Rolling this out, and I'm not trying to insult you. This is hard. It is expensive. And my advice to you is, you've got to serve one specific audience, one specific community. If you came to me and said, I am going to create the smartest, most effective electricians in South America, I'd be like, give me a model. But right now, I'd like to help everyone be better because they're not good leaders, or they don't know stuff, or a hub. That's Wikipedia.
And like what Mike is saying is, like, what you need is leverage. Like, this minute you have no leverage because you just said, I want to help unhappy people become happy. And let's say everybody's unhappy to some degree. Well, that's literally the world. And some people think that's great. It's like, the world is my audience. And that's not what any thought leader, content creator is going to partner with you on. The reason that Grant Cardone asked me to partner to become part of what we were already doing is I had leverage over him. I was going to do this with or without him with regards to building, scaling, and selling 10,000 tech companies over the next 10 years. And he couldn't do it without me. So the only way he'd be able to do this in tech was to say, I want to invest and partner with you. Right now, your value proposition is off. You need John Maxwell way more than he needs you. You need Mike way more. So as a result, you don't have leverage, and you need to find a way to create leverage. Let's see what our audience thinks. What are your thoughts on this idea? Should we move forward in due diligence? Eric, what do you think?
So as far as this overall idea, I have to say I agree with them. YouTube is going to be a great one, but I'll give you an idea. I was speaking to somebody in Namibia yesterday and helping them come up with some pre-sale ideas. Mike was telling you need to come up with that first person and that first user that you're going to get, right? So there are little tiny mistakes that people that are trying to work for American companies that get outsourced. There's little mistakes that they make in their language, and you could easily create a course of like, here are the little mistakes you make when you're speaking English, fix these mistakes, and you'll be able to ask more money from American companies. That's how niche you want to get when you're trying to serve these people. Because yes, Netflix is $12 or something like that, but you could also learn how to code for free, and people in Guatemala aren't doing that all the time. So, niche down on that exact thing and give people that ROI, and then come back, and that's your leverage.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, maybe one more thing. I'm going to use your John Maxwell example. If you want to get John Maxwell's attention, figure out how to sell twice as many products as they're already selling in a unique way. You're going to get their attention, okay? Again, you can't come at a market like a company with like Masterclass raised, I think it was a couple $100 million to go out and create these courses. Because I remember seeing it when it came out, and I'm like, how in the hell can you get Academy Award-winning actors and teachers and trainers and then charge $100 for stuff that's Hollywood produced? I mean, ultra high quality. And the answer is stroke checks for hundreds of millions of dollars and then make a market. Okay.
And they pay the creators over $1 million.
Is that what it is?
Upfront.
Which is just insane. It's completely, I'll tell you right now, there's no way in hell their economic model works. I just know it. I looked at it. I'm like, this is complete, I'm not going to say the word here. I'm not sure what but again, here's what I'll tell you. I like you. Okay. I know you want to help. You've got to come to us with a humanized story. Tell us a story about one person you'd help and a model that would do it without trying to save everyone. This is not, it's just simply not feasible. And you got to come to us with some expertise, something unique and special that you've honed and worked on. And creating happiness, that's a $50 billion problem. Now, there might be a way, like with this Aura ring, for example, if I wear this ring and I'm paying attention to my health details, and it reminds me to get more sleep and more exercise, and I feel better and I'm happier and more effective, okay? That's a unique problem to something that we all have problems with, or most people do anyway. So again, I just need something unique.
Yeah. So listen, across the board, we like you. Your heart's in the right place.
Mhm.
So that's huge, because if it wasn't in the right place, we would have said no the second you started. So we wanted to give you this feedback so that if you really care about solving a piece of this problem, now you have some direction to go. I'm a no for due diligence because it's too general, but I'm a yes to you as a human. So go after it, get after it, find a way to execute on some piece of this, and then come back and share what transpires for you. All right. After commercial break, we'll have another entrepreneur come to the tank.
Blueprinted is the place where you can go in and put those steps in there and then be able to impact the world and monetize on that by having a marketplace in the community that we're developing for you in Blueprinted.
So we've created the app for any expert to be able to come in and put their steps, their exact steps to success in our app, and put it on a marketplace where people can go and buy their steps to any success.
We are back in the tank with another entrepreneur. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Ken Igu, and I'm calling from Los Angeles, California.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being with us. You have 5 minutes. Please share your big tech idea.
All right, let me just share my screen. Okay. So I'm here to talk to you guys today about my company, my production company, The Books of Igu. We offer the principles of education through gaming and interactive content to make learning fun. Our intention is to shift the way kids and young people learn about subjects from school. So we created a new and innovative solution to teach people about education and faith by bringing play and storytelling to the equation. We are offering a series of video games, comics, and interactive content inspired by STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, and faith. Our mission is to make learning fun again. We realize that today kids and young people are more likely to engage and learn from stories and games, animations, than to read stories and textbooks, because there's really no fun. So we decided to build a bridge where education, faith, learning, and fun can coexist. And you can check out our latest release, The Forerunner's Gospel. We released as a mobile app from the App Store and Google Play Store. This way, we wanted all our products to be easily accessible for anybody around the world to just download on their device. We also featured it as an episodic structure. So there are different chapters. So we give the user something to look forward to and something to get addicted to. If you look at the game industry, it's $1 billion industry, but specifically to the faith-based gaming, the consumer spending is valued at less than $1 million. Now, how can this be if over 73% of adults identify as Christian, and even a big number identify with some type of faith? So that tells us there's a lot of untapped potential in the faith-based video game markets. If we look at the revenue forecast, the Christian film market is the standard. It's a multi-million-dollar industry. So we realized that there is a lot of opportunity within this market, and we wanted to monetize using ad revenues, in-app purchases. There's a lot of art in our game, so we wanted to monetize through NFTs, and also custom retail merchandise. We wanted kids to be able to dress up as our characters for Halloween, you know, that type of stuff. So back to the Forerunner's Gospel, which is serving as our example for this. It's a 2D and 3D action strategy, mobile faith-based video game. We took short stories from the Bible, we brought it to the future, to the year 2200, with playable characters. We wanted to put some of these stories in a different context to where kids and young people today can kind of relate to what's going on a little bit, not in the old English, not in the thick book, but actually something that's interactable and playable on their phone and on their devices. One of our design goals is to be user-friendly. We wanted the game to be really, really easy to play. Anybody can pick it up and just go right into it. Storytelling is a huge part of our game design. We wanted the players to not only learn something, but to actually feel like they're one of the characters in the game and be able to, you know, play through an entire story while learning these ideals. And problem solving, puzzles and things that the players can do to keep them engaged. Solving some type of problem is always the best way to do that. And if we look at our target audience, we're looking at millennials and younger, ages 11 and up. We actually did a showcase here in Los Angeles. We partnered with a middle school ministry, and we did a live show where over 150 kids showed up and they got to play the game live, and we got to give out prizes for the holidays. And just off of that engagement, we were able to see that this particular product has the possibility of just going viral. A lot of kids were sharing on their Instagrams and their stories. So that kind of got us a lot of downloads in just that one night. So we believe that this is a multimedia type of thing where not only can we make this a game, but we can make this a film and animation. There are so many ways that people can engage with this type of product. Just a little bit about myself. I'm an award-winning artist and director. I also graduated from USC, class of 2019, with my master's in interactive and game design. But I define myself as an artist, a storyteller, and an entrepreneur. What's next for us? We're endeavoring to try to make science cool again with the adventures of Hemi. Hemi is a white blood cell inside your body that's fighting off infections. If you remember back in the day, the movie Osmosis Jones, we kind of wanted to create that, but in a video game style where people can actually learn about science and what's going on in their body, but actually in a video game form, playing as characters. We also have our Bridging Education, Technology, and Media initiative. We created a curriculum as a game jam where after we release our product, we partnered with schools and churches here in the communities. And we created basically an after-school program where we would bring the kids together and give them a set of questions. They will play the game, give us the feedback.
You have 30 seconds left, Ken. You're doing a great job. 30 seconds.
Okay, via video or via survey, and that way they'll compete for prizes as well. And this is just a big way for us to build a community. Community building is our biggest tool for marketing when it comes to a product like this. And why should you invest? There's a huge market need. There are blue ocean opportunities. You're going to become a part of a team of 20 of us that are dedicated to making awesome content. We are making a difference for the youth and the community, and it's the right thing to do. And if you guys have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me on my email, Instagram, and you can download the Forerunners Gospel and play from the App Store today. Thank you for your time.
Awesome, Ken. Thanks, man. Great stuff. Congratulations with what you've done so far.
Yeah,
Yeah,
congrats
really,
on being
really
able
impressive.
to take your gift, take your wisdom, knowledge, and do something entertaining and monetize as a creator. That's my first question is,
Yeah.
are you making a living doing this now?
We launched in November. I wouldn't say I'm making a living, but one thing I am proud of is that I figured out how to make money while I sleep. You know, we have people that are playing all the time. So we're just trying to build up engagement and build up the audience.
So what's your need then? So you have 20 people on the team that are creating content with you.
Mhm.
You've launched the app.
Mhm.
What's the need? Are you looking for an investor? Are you looking for promotional support? Do you need more dev support, like software engineers to build out the app further, have more functionality? Do you need more creators? Go into the specifics of what your need is.
Our biggest two needs are promotional support and investment so that we can continue to make content. As I mentioned, we're trying to also reach into the making the science cool with the Adventures of Hemi. We're trying to start production on that. So creating a budget for that production, but also for our Bridging Education and Technology and Media Initiative, we want to be able to kind of reach out and partner with all these faith-based and schools around the country and be able to interact with them and
You're
build.
creating a whole nother game, right? Like a whole nother thing, right? Why create a whole nother one when this first one hasn't found a way to allow you to make a living doing this yet? And this is curiosity, no judgment, just trying to understand, like, because you're a creator, so you love that. Maybe you don't love the promotion and sales as much, but without the promotion and sales, eventually there's no opportunity to create. So why create a whole nother one when this one hasn't scaled yet?
I would say just to have variety, just to show that we're reaching around different, we're basically reaching around different subjects and different platforms. I think even though we're creating another one, we're still very much focused on this release and, you know, marketing that as well. So, yeah.
Right. So I was going to say a great, channel partner for you, obviously, since it's a Christian-based video game, would be going to churches, specifically these mega churches that market to millennials. But when you have any of these conversations with them, have any of them seen the game and had any disagreement with the Paul getting out of prison and that being a police car chase?
Yeah. No. I think they love they love it. They love it. As far as like young people, millennials and younger, the younger generation, they love it.
Well, yeah, but what about the ministers though? Now, I know the young people are like, oh, all right,
When it comes to leadership, they're more apprehensive, but I think it's just a matter of communication and understanding what we're doing. A lot of them aren't gamers, so they at just that first look, they might be a little bit turned off, but once they get engaged with it, they kind of understood what we were trying to do and they kind of loved it as well. So, yeah.
So I got a couple for you. First, a brief little story, which, by the way, if you could open by telling us a story about a kid playing your game who had a transformational educational experience and got to use it in real life, that's what I would open up with. So you can open up with, here's what I know, because I'm going to just tell you one flaw that you had was you open up the video game industry is $1 billion business. Actually, in the United States, it's almost 100 billion. All right. So you got to get your stats straight. You actually lost me in the beginning. I'm like, I don't know if this guy knows anything, but then you won me by being a creator and an artist with passion. But here's what I would tell you. If I were in your shoes right now, I agree with Eric. I'll bet you anything you could get grants from some larger churches or organizations, win them first and win them on the benefit of what is essentially an alternative education that is faith forward, okay? Because here's my opinion. Never assume you know anything that someone else doesn't, who's 1,000 times smarter than you. And the reason why faith-based or Christian-driven video games aren't $1 billion industry is probably someone's tried it and failed and hasn't gotten traction, because you can't compete against those. However, your content can. So I'm going to tell you a brief story. In the 90s, I had an agency, and I was a lot like you. We created a video game that got distributed in millions of boxes of General Mills breakfast cereal. It's called Chex Quest. They actually re-released it this year. And it increased the sales of the cereal 120 times during the promotion. And there was a partner at the time, America Online, which was one of the only ways to get on the internet. So they actually shipped CD-ROMs in millions of boxes of breakfast cereal. I'm telling you that story because finding an alternative distribution, maybe an alternative way to get paid, might be the fastest way to the cash, be able to create some momentum, create some partnerships, and then raise some money.
Yeah.
If it were me, and that way you don't have to, because giving away a chunk of your company as a creator to investors could be detrimental. Now, again, that isn't maybe in our best interest.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm telling you that. But sometimes if you came with a little more credibility here, because it'd be hard to support a creative faith-based investment.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I can't speak for you.
Yeah, no, it's great advice. And this is one of the things we talk with our founders is how can you deploy human ingenuity, which is like the power of your mind to make money? Like how do you just do that? How do you create something out of nothing? And you are a creator. And if you could take the strategy that Mike just shared, it really gets you like significantly more attractive to an investor, like significantly, because what you said is that you need money and promotion. My question to you is, you launched this app that has the game in it. How many downloads have you had? Have you made any
Great
money with
question.
the app at this point? So get into some statistics on the actual app that you currently have.
Yeah, and there's no shame if the numbers are small. Okay, just tell us this.
Yeah, we've had over 200 downloads already, and I think a big chunk of that came when we did the show. I think the best way for us to market, because it's a very niche audience, is to just be there in the moment and within the community with the kids and the young people. So I don't
know if it's a niche audience though. Like I don't think it's a niche audience. I think it's a huge audience. I think you just need to find the right strategic alliances that have access to what you want. Like there's someone right now that is the keys to the kingdom of what you want, and you can either go around them, which is going to take you forever, and then you'll need a lot of money, or you find a way to partner with them, and then they just open up the kingdom.
And
then
the
2.6 billion Christians in the world, by the way. I didn't know that.
And
you wanted to open up with that.
there's definitely ministers out there who are like, God damn, they're playing the Call of Duty all day long. Like, could we just get
kids?
them? Yeah.
So let's see what our audience thinks. Ken, you're very likable though, my friend. So what do you think? Well, should we move forward with due diligence? Is this something that we should bring into 10X Incubator? What are your thoughts?
So I think that, you've developed an awesome game. I love that you showed us, by the way, putting that into your pitch. We didn't even get into that. You had all of these videos that I was seeing exactly what was going on in the game. The game looked awesome. People have presented us games before, and like it just looked like they kind of just recreated Tetris and then just put it on a PowerPoint. But your game looked amazing. I'm not sure if we would be the right partner for you at this point. And I'm not sure exactly where we would step in and help. But I think you're definitely onto something. And the advice that we've been giving about going after channel partnerships and doubling down on the content you have now, I think you should continue to do that.
Yeah. Thoughts?
I think you are too early for this organization. I think you're gaining momentum. Like I said, if it were me, here's what I'll tell you. Raising money is harder than making money often. Until you got some traction. I know this is like the hardest place to be, but you're already doing it. You have proof of your ability to deliver and create, which is number one. You've got vision, you're very likable, you have great charisma. I think your mission is solid, and you've got downloads. You've proven that you can do it. And now you're in that uncomfortable spot of, it's like, how am I gonna finance this? But this is one of those delicate places where the amount you could raise right now wouldn't go too far for the cost to you and the organization, in my opinion. And that is that difficult position. I think you need a little more proof, and that would be to literally get on the ground and create a movement. You create a movement, and I think you'd be unstoppable. And the way early days of video games got going is it was shareware. It was like, give it away, share it with your friends. It's back when people used to swap floppy disks and be on BBSs. It was hard, okay? But it was word of mouth. I think some word of mouth advertising, marketing, and case studies, that's how you're going to win. And that, again, that's a lot of information for you, but I think you've got the right stuff here. It's got to be a little bit gelled before you go out and get outside money. That's the bottom line.
So here's where I stand. So I don't think that you're too early for us, because we have napkins and you're past the point of a napkin. I actually think though that you need to do it more on your own. I don't know what we would do for you. Like if tomorrow we partnered, I'm like, what would we do to help you get what you want faster? Because you just need to go and do it. Like you need channel partners. You need other people that have access to what you want to see what you have. And they're like, wow, we don't have what you have. You don't have what we have. Let's find a way to do it together. There's so much money in the faith industry as well. We have a marketing platform that is called Christian Marketing Solution. And the founder just raised $1 million at a $10 million valuation. And they have 100 users. But the platform itself is completely stabilized. And there's a need in the market. And they reached out to the people in the faith industry that care about mobilizing the message. And they put the money in. So there's money like around the corner for you. You just need to get more creative right now in how you can establish these channel partners. I'm a no because you don't need us. You have everything you need right now. Go out there and do it and then tell us what you did so we can celebrate you. And we appreciate you for coming to the tank.
This is the great secret of my life. The thing that has made me is one word. Dude, this thing is so big. It's about the 10X movement.
The 10X movement had really improved my life dramatically.
Now I'm a millionaire because of it.
Our business was at $2 million. This year we're on projection to do $25 million.
Our revenue went up 29%.
We've already got our tickets for next year as well.
Before we even started, I could go home right now and I got my money's worth.
That's why I come to GrowthCon, and I'll always come to GrowthCon.
10X means a lot to me. 10X, like I told you, is just the beginning. 10 times more power to help those that need it the most. 10 times more power to motivate and inspire those out there.
Give him a 10X!
With other people witnessing what's happening with us, is like chains are being broken from families everywhere.
I'm gonna tell you, 10X, it was a lifesaver, a life changer for me. And just because of what it's done for my family and what it's done for me.
And this is where people get stuck, and that's why we do the 10X Growth Conference, to get you out of comfort, to get you out of comparing yourself to somebody in Pakistan that has nothing. We want to make this a big event for you. Our goal is to change your lives. Welcome to your 10X Growth Conference.
All right, there we have it. An episode of the tank. What do you think of 10X Tactic? What are your thoughts, man? We have entrepreneurs from around the world pitching us. These are their dreams. Really early, some of these ideas, really, really early. What are your thoughts about the tank?
First of all, the only thing that matters is, do I believe you are likable and capable of bringing this vision to fruition? And there wasn't one unlikable person.
Yeah.
Now they're varying degrees, skill sets.
First of all, Eric, right?
He's right. But first of all, you had a very diverse group all over the world, like you said.
Yeah.
And I love that. So congratulations on that. I think that's really, really important, just showing the power of this. And being an entrepreneur is hard and it is lonely and it is hard to hear no's, but it's worse if someone says yes and you're not ready yet.
Yeah.
Totally. Or you don't have a great plan. So I think the value of this is awesome. It's a great way to get some great ideas. I love how you look at the business. The questions you guys are asking are phenomenal. So great program.
Yeah, well, thank you for being here. Because you have such a track record. Like we shared in the intro, and you shared for yourself. Like you've done such extraordinary things as an entrepreneur, and to be able to provide insight and guidance like that, both to the entrepreneur and then also to the audience watching. Like tens of thousands of people watch every one of these episodes. And the reason we host this is, yes, for the entrepreneur to pitch us, but it's really for you and the audience. Because so many people, they just don't think that they're smart enough or fast enough or they have the right resources or the skill set, so they never try. Like how many
teams
people,
are for.
Yeah,
that's what teams are for.
Like how
that's
many people this
for.
minute do you think in the world of 8 billion people have an idea that's like sitting in their pocket because they're not taking themselves seriously enough?
I'll say most with a phone, or at least I would hope it's most with a phone. Right?
So and you're one of those people. Like we go to events all the time. And the first question I ask is, who has a tech idea right now that they have not executed on yet? And almost everybody in the room raises their hand. Mm-hmm. And right now, I can guarantee you're raising your hand. You don't even know why. You're like, wait, I'm in my house myself raising my hand. Yes, because you have a tech idea right now that you haven't executed on yet. And we've literally launched this show for you. so that you can see someone else that looks like you or sounds like you, or they have a similar story or similar skill set, and they just pitched us. And maybe they heard yes, or maybe they heard no, but regardless, it's progress. Because the idea sitting in your pocket, I can guarantee you, will never impact your life or the world. But the idea that you pitch, even if you don't hear yes, you're going to start making progress. It's going to be an opportunity for you to learn. People like Mike or Eric or myself to refine it and maybe come back and pitch again. So I invite you right now, head over to pitch10x.com and submit your idea. Take yourself seriously just for the next 5 minutes. Just for the next 5 minutes when you submit it, take yourself seriously, hit submit, don't think twice, and let us review. And if we see potential, we're going to invite you to the show so you can share your moonshot, your vision, your dream with us. And if we see potential there, we'll say yes to go into due diligence with you. So thank you for showing up. We appreciate you always, and we'll see you for the next episode. Bye for now. All right, let's do the intro. Shabang, you can reschedule the other 3. She already to inform you. But we never ever get through.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, okay. Well, that's high cost.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Okay, let's do intro now. This is where you'll introduce yourself.
All right,
So,
great.
yeah.
3, 2,
Which napkin will become the next exit? Which MVP will evolve into a unicorn? Which cash-flowing tech company will reach the next level? Our hope and desire is that it's yours. Your idea, your MVP, your cash-flowing tech company. Now is your time. Head over to 10xincubator.com and submit your idea so that you get on the tank and give us the chance to transform your napkin into an exit. That's 10xincubator.com. That's 10xincubator.com. Let's go.